Some points about chainmail. I suppose I should start off by saying the word. I call it chainmail because it's completely unambiguous. If I say chainmail, everybody knows what I'm talking about. Whereas if I say mail, that just refers to some armour of some sort. Mr. Gary Gygax and others with his system Chainmail confused the world by introducing terms like scale mail and plate mail, and frankly I wish he hadn't, but never mind, now he has. A knight would refer to his mail in the days when his mail would be almost all chainmail, because that's the armour that all knights wore at the time. So he would just say, my armour, my mail. But today, I think it's probably useful to be able to distinguish between all sorts of different kinds of armour, so I say chainmail, which I think is completely unambiguous. But I know that there are some people out there who will go, oh no, you should really call it mail, and spell it with 2 L's and an E, just to look dead ye olde and so forth. Yes, well, well done everyone. Now then, my first point is that it's actually rather nice stuff. I've got a little patch of it here, and it's really good to fiddle with. It's much better than Greek worry beads. It's like a blob of solid mercury in your hand. It's marvellous stuff. Now, next point is that it has a sort of grain to it, a sort of direction to it. Now, can you see how it looks different if I hold it that way from if I hold it that way? The pattern, you see, the pattern is not symmetrical. And there's a major consequence of this, because if I hold it out like that, you can see that at the bottom it looked quite dense, and at the top it looks much more open, whereas if I turn it through 90 degrees, now it hangs open the whole way. So that's a consequence of the fact that the pattern is not symmetrical. So it has, if you like, a grain to it. Now the grain, the correct direction of the grain on a shirt, a burney or a hauberk or whatever, is up and down. And that means that it's hanging this way. It's hanging, so as it hangs from your shoulders, it then sort of falls onto you, it hugs your body. Which makes it a lot more comfortable, distributes its load a lot better. It also means, of course, that it's denser, so there's more metal between whatever someone's shoving at you and you. This is 6mm diameter mail. It varied enormously, but by and large, the very large linked mail is not comfy. 6mm, you can't feel the individual links on your skin. It's very smooth. It's like cloth. And you know, if someone were running along and jumping and so forth, you wouldn't know that they've got it on particularly, because it would be very quiet and it wouldn't stop them flexing in any way. In fact, yes, as you've probably guessed, I am wearing mail at the moment. I said mail there, chainmail, you know, this stuff. This is a burney, which is, if you like, a t-shirt, and it's tailored. It's based on the A2 shirt from the Wallace collection, and I'm a very lucky bunny. I once actually got to go into the Wallace collection, and with special gloves on I got to handle it and inspect it. And it's tailored with contractions. There are almost like putting in darts, if you like, in a material. There are contractions here and on the shoulder blades down the back, and there are expansions in the skirt below my waist, which you can't see because I haven't framed for it. Armpits. Now, if you go to a lot of reenactment events, you'll notice that a lot of people, it's almost as though they have phenomenally corrosive sweat or something. They have no armpits on their chainmail shirts. Braveheart. If you watch the film Braveheart, the King of England raises his sword like that, and he's got a whopping great big hole underneath his armpit, just where you'd in fact want, you know, good armour, just there. It's not actually that difficult. A lot of people making chainmail, they get towards the armpit and go, oh no, I'm not sure how you do this, and they give up. Well, you know, I say to you, don't give up. It's not actually that difficult. Go to my website and you'll find some advice on how to do chainmail armpits. So it's almost infinitely flexible. It doesn't constrict movement at all. I read in one book, for instance, that the Vikings with their long-sleeved hauberks used to fight with straight arms because the chainmail would constrict their movements. No, chainmail, you can fold it onto itself. You can roll it into a little ball. It doesn't constrict your movements one jot. It acts as a very efficient heat sink. I am making quite a lot of points about chainmail, aren't I? So in summer, when you've been, it keeps you lovely and cool. When you've been wearing it for a while, you put your hand on it and it's body temperature. It sucks the heat out of you. So that's great in summer. In winter, not so good. It keeps you cold in winter. But remember that it was usually worn with thick padding underneath it. This padding would not only insulate you from that effect, but also it was part of the armour. there are tales of crusaders being shot with loads and loads of arrows, and the arrow would puncture the chainmail sometimes, but going through the metal, that would take all the force out of it, and it would then stick in the padding underneath, and they went around with like pin cushions, so we're told. And so it stops you dying. That's another good thing about chainmail. I think I've probably said enough for one video. I'm going to make others, so look out for more. Bye bye.